Hello! Welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Shiki episode 6. So, last episode, I should have got the names. Give me 1 second. Where are you? There you are. So, last episode, it kind of picked up right where it left off, showing, that girl, Megumi, going down to bite, Natsuno's friend Toru, and then he wakes up, making it look like it's a dream. However, when you look at his friend, he looks really pale. I could tell that even after the dream that he looked a lot more pale than he did before. And he actually ends up dying, like, later that day, I think. He was going to his place. Natsuno was going to Toru's place. And the doctor got there. And that's when you find out that he's died. He's not the only one to die in this episode. There were a few who passed away. Including my least favorite character, Masao. I hate that dude. He's so annoying. He had just got done getting yelled at by his family. I think it's his brother or cousin. I think it's his cousin. Or nephew, maybe. I think it's his nephew. Because I think it's his brother's son. So, nephew. It's not doing so well. In fact, I'm assuming it's going to be the same situation as Toru and everybody else. The little boy is eventually going to end up dying. And he already doesn't like the little kid because he gets a lot of attention and special treatment, according to him. So, he's not exactly sad about it. And he basically just starts talking about how, oh, well, people die and blah, blah, blah. And gets yelled at by his grandfather, or maybe it's his dad. I can't remember. And his brother. And he runs out of the house and goes to Toru's place. Because they're having the, I don't know if you call it a funeral, but they're having the, like the viewing, I guess is what you would call it. Natsuno goes, it was basically his only friend. He wouldn't admit it, but it was his only friend. So he was there. You could tell he was sad about what happened. And what was that dude's name? Masao. Pretty upset that he's there. He doesn't like him anyway. And they end up getting into a verbal argument. Like, everything's pretty much dying down. Not too many people around anymore. He's in the room talking to Toru's brother and sister. And Natsuno comes in and sits down against the wall. And Masao starts yelling at him because he thinks he's not sad enough, or showing that he's sad enough about what happened. And Natsuno's telling him, look, if you want to fight me, then we can go outside and do this, but we shouldn't do it here because it's, not the right time for this. And Masao just won't get off of his case until the brother and the sister actually yells at him. Talking about how, everybody's incredibly sad, and is he really actually sad? because he's not really showing it too much as well. And if he only came there for them to comfort him instead of the other way around, and he ends up running out of the house and going back to his. We see that he has to go around the back because they closed up the front. You know, it's a store, so they don't want anybody coming in through the front of the store. But they knew he was gone, so they left the back door open. So he's going to the back, and he sees somebody walking around back there. And he goes, I guess, to see who it is, and they're gone. And he's about to walk into the house, and they come dropping down from the tree, grab him, and then bite him. Which, he's my least favorite character. I don't care if he dies. I know that's mean, but I don't care. He was not exactly the best person. It's basically where it ended. Him getting bit. And, yeah. So, that's where it ended. I just got to... I don't know. It seems like they're killing people way too quickly. We're only in episode 6. And they've killed... I guess if you want to count the girl, 3 main characters so far. Well, I can't even say they're main characters as they killed them off. I guess side characters. But they were important characters to an extent. So I think you would think people would start questioning the family that's just moved in. For one, all of the females have red eyes. 2, they only come out at night. 3, ever since they got to that village, everybody's been dying. I know nobody is really going to suspect anything since it looks like it's some kind of disease. So, yeah. But, I don't know. Maybe because I don't really watch a lot of horror movies or anything like that, but it would be on my mind. It would be kind of weird that this family moved in and now everybody's dying. I probably wouldn't suspect that they were vampires or anything like that, but I would probably think maybe they had something and brought it to the village. Or maybe they're scientists and accidentally released some kind of disease and they're here to try to get rid of it. At least go and question them about something. Nobody's even thought about talking to these people. Especially the doctor. You think he would want to question them, seeing as how one of his friends said that they came to his house and started talking to them, and then they invited them back, and then the next day his wife is dead, and then he dies, and I think his son died. It's kind of weird that you invite this family back, and then all of a sudden 3 members of your family are dead. I don't know. Maybe I'm just that suspicious, but I would be questioning people. Anyway, let's get into this episode and see what is going to happen. Video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.